Happy New Year! Now is as good a time as any to reevaluate how you browse the web and stay organized for the next session. If you go into your Chrome settings and you scroll down a little bit, you have the On Startup section. There are three basic options for you here. So every time you launch Chrome, it can either open the new tab page. That would just be a single tab browser session, just like this with a new tab. You can have it continue wherever it was you left off last, whether you had 3 tabs open or 100 tabs open. It'll open exactly where you were last time. Or you can set it to open a specific page or set of pages. This is what I typically use, and you'll see if I click on this one here, here are the pages that are set in this demo account. So when I open this Chrome profile, these 6 tabs will open by default every single time I open. No matter what I had open last time, when I close that session and reopen it, these are going to come up instead. If I want to change these, you see I can remove some of these from here. It's also helpful if you were to create the pages that you want to have open. I'll do that right now. Let's say I want these 3 tabs to always open every time. I can just say use current pages. And now the next time I open this browser window, these 3 tabs will stay open. So this is good if you're kind of a tab minimalist and just want to have the same start every time you start a browsing session. The continue where you left off option is good for people that don't like to close things. So for people that like to keep browser tabs open and never close them, your pages often look like this, or maybe even worse. And even though I can't tell what's what, many of you can seamlessly navigate between these things. But Google has a new feature now for tab groups that you might find helpful. I want to reiterate before I even show you how this works. In order for this to work properly in the settings, you have to use this continue where you left off option. If you don't have this, you're going to go through this work to create tab groups. And if you're on this one or this one, it will remove your work entirely and you will lose those groups that you took time to organize. Okay, so let's just close that one down. I also opened up an emoji, emojipedia.org looks like, because you can also name them with emojis. So you can have a little more fun with this as well. So first thing I want to do is start thinking about, well, how do I want to group these tabs together? Well, I have my Gmail, Google Drive. I want to open them every day, and they're kind of my general work tabs. So first I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to look for a good emoji for it. So I'll put in work. I don't know why zombie comes up. That's interesting. Ooh, Man Technologist. It's perfect. Okay. Also a good name for a band. All right, so Man Technologist. All I did was select that and copy it. I'm going to go back here and I'm going to right click on the tab and I'm going to say add tab to new group. And this group, rather than give it a name, I'm just going to put a picture of my Man Technologist and I'll leave it as that gray color. And then I'm going to click on the next one. And this tab I'm going to put in the same group as that one. So I'm going to right click and say add tab to group and I'll put it in that group right there. And then I have Google Classroom. Sorry, yep, Google Classroom. Let's put that in the same place. I want these to open in my technology one every single time. So then I have this icon here. If I click on that, it will collapse those now into a single group. So I can close these tabs and reopen them as needed. Let's say I have some more here. Looks like some videos in here. Oh, this is clearly like the best videos ever made. It looks like Talking Tech is in here. This looks like a random new tab page that got left in there. I'll close that one. So let's say I want to make a videos to watch later tab here. So let's go back and have some fun and look for a video icon here. I got a video camera, a DVD. These all look perfect. All right, let's get this little film strip one here. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go back to this tab, right click, add to a group, and I'm going to say a new group. And we're going to add a little camera there. We'll make it green. And I'm going to then right click and add this tab to my camera group. I've got another Talking Tech here. Let's add that one to the group as well. And then I can actually start to group those together. And then I can move these tab groups around as well. So now these are organized and these are organized. And you see how I can kind of collapse them into different groups. It'd also be helpful to do them by subject for some teachers or by period. So it looks like this is a math one here. So let's create a new group called math. Forget my emojis for now, that's just wasting time. So here's my math group here, and I will leave it as a blue group. This looks like it is a science one here, so let's make a new group and we'll call that science, and let's make that orange. I've got a Newsella resources here. It looks like kind of a general teaching resource for now. Let's just add that to a group. We'll call this one important links. say I want to check those out later. We'll make that this green color here. And then I have volcanoes, that's for my science group. So let's just go back to put that in science. I've got link it in here. So let's put that one in my work group, my man technologist group, of course. I already added that one. So you get the sense here. You can kind of go through and figure out what you want open and how you want to group them together. And then once you start to put them in there, you can collapse them, you can drag them around, and you can keep these things a little bit better organized than they were previously. Let me click on that to collapse it first. And now what was once, 50 tabs can be consolidated down to fewer tabs. And like I said, you have a way to make them so they look nice, either with pictures, with text, with color codes. And now if I were to close this window down, this is kind of the moment of truth here, isn't it? Let's close that down. Let's go back into my account here. Let's open up that account. And look at that. They all came back the way they were. They're expanded, you see. So they open expanded, but then you have this option here. So let's say it's time for math class. I can condense the rest, just open my math links, and I'm good to go. So I don't know how helpful this will be. I think for some people it could be kind of helpful, but it's a new feature, and I thought it was worth sharing. And if it helps you stay organized, then we definitely recommend it. Check it out and let us know what you think. Thanks so much, and again, Happy New Year.